What's going on? What's going on, guys? Make sure y'all like the stream. Y'all already know how I start these streams off. It shouldn't be new to nobody. So to everybody that's here, like the stream. I'm your host, Jaye the Black. We'll talk about this video that I came across, which it solidifies everything that I have been saying for years. These women are loose. These heifers are loose. And they're out here grabbing multiple dicks at the same time. Okay? And they're having children and they don't even know who the father is. So let's get into it. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members, the Patreons. Salute to everybody. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay notified if you're not getting notifications. I would tell you this, though. If you've already clicked the notification bell on this channel and you're not getting notifications, what you have to do is you have to come to this channel every day or at least a couple times throughout the week, even if I'm not live, and maybe click on a live stream or a video here or there. And what that will do is that will tell YouTube, oh, this person wants my notifications, because I have watched people's videos and then I get their notifications. It's like I'm not even subscribed to them, but it's because I've watched multiple videos of theirs. I may have watched 3 in a row and they said, okay, this person, he wants to watch more. So they will send you notifications of those particular content creators. So just to let y'all know that. Let's see who's here. Matthew, Antoine, I'm him, Eric, Dwayne, Generalissimo, Troy, B Fierce, Sydney, Trill, Dion, 25 Kid, Dexter, Zeke, Fat Boy, Argerine, Wesley, Gerald, Runner 85, Ashley, That's Sigil, Shoestring, Simply a Mirror, Dion, Steven, 803 Paris, C Truth, the Revelator, Kevin, Brooklyn. Yeah, make sure y'all get the likes in. These women, why I keep calling them women? They're not women, they're slores. These slores are out of control, man. I took a look at this video. What's good, Mark? And this guy is very upset. He's at his baby's mother's house. She's very nonchalant. We'll get into the video. But I want to tell, this basically shows that what we've been saying is right. You know, they try to shame us and say, well, you hate women. Why are you bashing them? Well, this woman had a man believe that the little daughter that she had was his, when in reality it's probably one of those 2 dudes that was in that room. And this guy took a DNA test. It was good he took a DNA test early, you know. So we're going to get into it. Appreciate everybody being here. There's a lot going on. But we tell the truth about these heifers. We ain't lying. When I say y'all chicks are out here triple dizzick grabbing, you're grabbing this dizzick, you're grabbing this one at the same time, you're allowing 2 different men, probably 3, to have unprotected relations with you to the point to where you get pregnant and the dude that you're dating ain't even a father. You know how the percentages of that?
Most of these 304s know who the father of their child are.
But
they put it on the most responsible guy because they know the actual father is a bum.
Yep. Listen, if a woman has to choose between the good guy that works hard, they're going to choose him to be the father. Now, you got some of these weird females that want the guy who ain't shit, that runs the streets, that has multiple baby mamas, that doesn't work. They'll want him to be the daddy just so they can brag about it, not knowing how crazy they look. Because when it comes to taking care of that child, you know he can't do nothing for you. So what are you going to do financially? I'm telling y'all, we have been right about this Western woman. We're right about her. These Gen Z heifers, these millennial heifers, they're all pretty much in the same category. But you got people here that think that they can debunk me. You know, you got wannabe IG models that want to tag me in their posts like I give a care. I don't care. Okay? You're struggling out here. I get it. You want somebody to pay attention to you. But you don't make any sense whatsoever. We are right about you heifers. We're not lying on you.
Sadly, I think by now, everyone knows someone that this has happened to.
Oh, yeah.
MDH.
Oh, yeah, Zeke. Appreciate it. We have been right about you all along. You know who the father of your child is, and you have this man thinking that he's the father. And let me tell you something right now. There's a man right now walking around with children that ain't even his. That ain't even his. Because your girlfriend or wife have been screwing another man just as much, if not more, than she screws you. When your wife tells you she's tired, she doesn't feel like it, or she always trying to argue with you when you want to have relations, that is because she's saving herself for somebody else. Because if she winds up pregnant, you need to start doing the numbers. Your wife acts weird when you want to touch her. That's your woman, and she's uncomfortable with you. Let you know she's giving her body to somebody else. Now, some of these women don't care. They will sleep with their boyfriend a whole bunch of times. They'll sleep with the side dude. They'll sleep with the dude at the boss at her job. She's sleeping with all these different dudes at once. Dudes she's meeting off dating apps. Yes, that's how freaky these heifers are. These heifers are freaky. These heifers are freaky. And they're out here screwing multiple, especially I'm telling y'all, social media changed the game. These women have so many avenues to get attention from men, and especially men in their area, that it's highly unlikely an attractive female nowadays is going to be faithful. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying that especially if she craves the attention from other men. Got a bunch of guy friends, right? She stays in contact with her exes. But we're going to get to this video. Let's get to this video. This is a 3-minute video, man. This video says it all, man. Hold on, let's get to it. I gotta get to the... All right. Hold on, people. And it's like, Jaye's taking a long time with the video. Jeesh. Let's get to this video, man. This is on World Star. It's about a man confronting his baby mama about the little one who's maybe about a year or so old. Maybe almost 2 years old, maybe. So let's get into it. Make sure y'all like the stream. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he's the darkest brother in the room. And, you know, he's upset, man. I understand why he's upset. Now, I don't know if those are her peoples, you know, because they all have similar skin tones to her. So I don't know if those are her peoples. Though maybe those are her peoples. I don't know. But yeah, man, he's heated. I understand that. Listen, you know, this woman is telling you the daddy. She wants you to take care of it. That's because she knows who the baby's father is. He's probably some married man or some supervisor at her job. Or, you know, one of these dudes that, you know, runs the streets and doesn't do much in his life. That's who the real father is. That's who the real father is. And this man he's hurt. What you're hearing is a man that's been betrayed. So yes, he's hurt. People want to say he's in his feelings. He's in his feelings because he thought he was the daddy. But this is why we need to have all children have DNA tests when they're born, instead of allowing the parents to pick and choose when they want to take a DNA test. It should be mandatory. Yeah, let you see that paper. He say, look at that baby. They don't even look like me. Yeah, bro, that child does not look like you. That child looks exactly like her. It don't look like you at all, man. And she doesn't even care. The only reason why she stood up is so she can direct those dudes to get him out of her apartment. That's why she stood up. She doesn't care. She got caught and doesn't even care. This is the nonchalant attitude these women have when they get caught cheating, or they find out that the child that they have with this guy, they find out that he's not the father. This is the attitude they have. Get the likes up, people. What's going on out here? This is how they act. You see, if he wouldn't have took that DNA test, she would have been swearing up and down, you the father, but he ain't the daddy. They should be able to file charges on women that lie about the paternity. You know who the father is. You know who the daddy is. She probably going to have that child DNA tested. Probably sometime after that, she probably had the child DNA test because she knows who the father is. Mostly, you see these women, they go on these shows, right? Getting these paternity tests. This guy ain't the father. That guy ain't the father, because they know who the father is and they're ashamed. Or that they're so in love with that guy, they don't want nobody to find out that he's the father, probably because he's married or he's with somebody else and she doesn't want to blow up his spot. So she's out here testing all these different men and none of them are the father. But then she'll tell you she knows who the father is. You can't be grabbing that much dizzy. It just. But again, I told you, these women ain't got no standards. You think they do, but they don't. We talk about women online. We talk about women do OnlyFans. But what about the heifers that make zero money, but they out here screwing this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, right? And I'm not even counting the male friends she don't sleep with. She just craves male attention wherever she can get it. Literally kick them out the house and say, get out, get out, get out. Just close the door on this man. This man is hurt. He's telling you how he feels, and all you can do is slam the door in his face. And you wonder why, and y'all wonder why red pill content creators are undefeated? Y'all wonder why the red pill content creators are undefeated? What lies are being told? What L's have been taken? Zero. We ain't taking no L's. We right about you heifers. And you keep proving it every single day. Y'all can talk about your image. You can talk about this protection BS, but a lot of you heifers are out here and you're out here sleeping with all these different men. And again, the male friends ain't getting none. But you are sleeping with the married men and the supervisor at your job and your boyfriend's best friend and your sister's boyfriend or husband. You sleeping with all these different men. And you want to act like what we're saying about you being undateable is a lie. No, it is not a lie. It's the truth. It's the truth. Said, do you know who the baby daddy is? He might be you. He might be you, man. You might be looking at the baby's father right there. It might be the baby's father right there. That's why he was in there protecting her, not you. If I was that dude, I would look at any light-skinned dude who's around her that's not family, and I would compare features, because she's screwing. Because women don't go veer far out when it comes to cheating, because obviously she had to cheat on this guy if she was dating him and got pregnant and said that he was the father. So she's been probably screwing in that circle. So all he needs to do is look at every light-skinned, curly hair, maybe he has green or blue eyes, maybe, every brown eyes, every light-skinned guy that's around him, because he was the only dark-skinned one in the area, okay? He needs to start to compare some notes, man, because I'm telling you right now, the father's probably closer than he thinks. You know? Let's get back to the video. He was going to step up and be a father figure to that child. He was going to step up and be a father figure to this child, man. That's a guy that cares. Yeah, I believe he said he took out a loan to get a whole bunch of that baby stuff, which means he may have took out a school loan. He might have took out a government loan to pay for stuff. See, he was willing to step up. See, this is why a lot of you females don't have a good man, and you never will, because when you do find good men, you take advantage of them. That's not good. That karma is going to come back on you. It really is. You're going to go from having somebody that's willing to help you and support you to a man that's going to do nothing but leech off of you. Not only financially, but he's going to leech off your energy. Okay? He's going to leech off your energy. And you're allowing it to happen. You're allowing it to happen. And you shouldn't allow it to happen. You should not, under any circumstances, allow it to happen. She said she wasn't with him for real anyway. Damn, I just heard that. She said she wasn't even with him for real. Wow, man. See why he hurt? She said she wasn't with him for real anyway. You could tell this is a young heifer, man. It's a young heifer, but damn. Damn, when you catch them in a lie, they gonna let you know exactly how they really feel about you. When you catch them cheating, or you find out that you're not the child's father, they just gonna kick you to the curb and say, oh well, go about your day. That's how they feel about you dudes, man. Don't let them find out you a good man. Oh man, they gonna treat you even worse. If you was one of these narcissistic, verbally abusive, cheating is a habit, having males, oh, she's going to be all over you. She's going to be loving you. She's not going to treat you like this. She's not going to treat you like this. I think he heard that. He heard what she said. He came right back in that apartment. And her and that girl was in there about the cat. Who baby you think it is? You probably already know, bruh. You probably are. Yeah, he's better off. He's better off. But this is gonna red pill him, man. You might see him in a YouTube, on a YouTube comment section. Might even see him on the panel. Hell, might even call you. This is a red pill moment. Y'all wanna know what a red pill moment is? When you find out that being the good guy gets you nowhere. Shout out to Zeke. Don't forget, being someone else's husband. That's the main ingredient to what kind of men they want. Right. Be somebody else's husband. Be somebody else's boyfriend. Definitely. Yeah, one of them dudes might be the daddy, man. We got two candidates. Them dudes, man. He trolling them. Yeah, he was trolling them. I mean, that's supposed to be your homeboy, man. You trolling him. He know who the daddy is, man.
And don't forget, being someone else's husband. That's a main ingredient to what kind of men they want. Lol.
Right, Zeke. Appreciate it. Man, they trolling that dude, man. Talking about, you know who the dad is. And then one of the guys said, she looked just like you. Come on, bro. You know that little girl didn't look nothing like him. She probably done ran through the whole team, man. That's why they were there. They weren't there to help him. They were there to protect her. That's why she felt so comfortable and safe. Because they were there to protect her. Unless I find out that they were family members or, relatives, which I doubt. I think they were more his friends. Until I find differently, I believe, they were there to protect her, not really to help him in any way. They just wanted to get him out of there so they can come back later. He said she been lying to you this whole time. Yeah, she been lying to him that whole time. Look, the test results prove it. She was using him. I'm telling you, man, if he was like on some like cheating, he out here just going from this chick, that chick. He was being very abrasive towards her, mistreating her. She wouldn't treat him like this. She wouldn't. You know, she ready to chill tonight. She ain't trying to argue with you. You know, you were the baby's father. Now she's moved on, right? You know, be mindful of the people around you. That's all I have to say, man. I've seen this numerous times, man. These chicks are always screwing the dudes around you. And you'll be in such a comfortable situation that you don't think that, you know? But that's what's going on. This is why she's acting the way she's acting, is because she doesn't feel you're a threat towards her whatsoever. And, you know, she knows that, you know, you were only good to her because of what you did for her. You know? Damn. She says I wasn't even with him anyway. Jesus Christ. Lord. Look how nonchalant she is. She deserves every bad relationship that's about to come her way. All the cheating, okay? All the mind games, okay? All the abrasive behavior. She deserves every bit of that she gets from here on out. You know, you could tell she's a young, ignorant female that thinks she knows everything. But, you know, once you've been ran through by a few guys that you wanted to be with, you're going to find out how tough it really is. Who the father of that baby is. Y'all know it ain't him. It never was. This is where we at, people. We are in a situation where the women are out of control, but they get on here and they want to put everything on men as if we as men are the reason why they can't get far in their dating life. No, you have to really look yourself in the mirror. You gotta look yourself in the mirror. I can tell y'all this. I have been right about you, and other men have been right about you. You can try to put as much propaganda out there as you want to try to make yourself look like you're doing great as single mothers and you're choosing the right men, or you know, you're not, you know, you have all these years to choose the right one. No, you don't. Look at Gen X women. Gen X women are struggling, man. You got women in their 50s and 60s filing for divorce thinking that better is going to be out there. And it isn't. You're just going to be another chick that's in a short-term relationship after short-term relationship after short-term relationship. And I'm telling you right now, how much more do society needs to see that we are right about you? We are right about you. Men who've been making red pill content about you, men who've gone their own way, we have been right about you. You're not dateable. You're not wife material. You ruin yourself before you even get started. But you want to get on here and blame us. You and your male allies, you white knights. And I still have a Patreon exclusive coming for you female identified male heifers. Y'all want to tag team up with these losers. That is the Western woman, like this woman here. You know, this woman is a loser. She's going to do a terrible job as a mother. I could see her mother raising her child because she ain't going to want to do it. Unwifeable, marriage nowhere in sight, right? The internet is forever. So this stuff is going to be out here for any potential man that wants to deal with you, right? Going to find yourself getting game ran on you by dudes because they see, oh, so she's like that? Okay, well, I'm just going to smash and I'm out of there. Because they're going to say, hey, look at how you did him. Look at how you did this man. I'm going to do you even dirtier. Because there are dudes out here who live, their hobby is to do females dirty. But you know the crazy thing is those guys are not red pill. Those guys are not going their own way. And they're not incels. They're just regular guys that like to put you heifers in your place. And they don't have to make content about it. They go out there and they make it their hobby to smash you and then toss you out of the picture. You're their hobby. Females like you, they like to be able to embarrass chicks like you. That's all you're doing. So I just hope that these women understand this doesn't make you look good, doesn't make you look great. It makes you look like what we've been talking about for years. The typical Western woman that's not worth the relationship, long-term, or marriage. And you don't want to have a child by her. You know what's funny? I did a video about Meg Thee Stallion today. Meg Thee Stallion, she rapped a snippet of her new song, and she talked about how she was taking Plan B pills because she didn't want to have some dude's baby, right? And I'm saying to myself, why would you even say that? So you letting some dude that you don't want long term to nut up in you? That you don't want now. You basically said in your song that you want nothing to do with this guy, but you're still screwing him and you're taking Plan B pills. How does that make you look good? And somebody explain that to me. How does that make you look good to rap about taking a Plan B pill because you don't want to get pregnant by a guy that you think less of? That makes you look like a slore. That makes you look like you're addicted to having unprotected relations. Okay? And trust me, I don't think, chicks like that, they're not just with one guy. I'm sorry. They're not just with one guy. So when I see the attitude of the Western woman, it solidifies why a lot of these women are not marriage material. It solidifies why a lot of these women are not worth dating and why I would not waste my time with them. They can get on here and shame and they can talk about how we're bashing. But y'all prove us right every single time. Y'all prove us right every single time with your behavior and the things you admit. The things that you admit. Y'all can try to talk about how, once again, we don't understand women or we can't get women. Let me tell you something right now, man. I've seen some of the dustiest males out here get women who are educated and have good careers or had good careers. So that whole notion that you're dealing with higher valued men is bullshit. No high caliber men is dealing with the majority of you because one, they can sense that you're dusty. They can sense the dust in you. They can sense the slore in you. That's why women get triggered over what a Cam Newton would say. Because they understand a man with status and financial, with a great financial foundation, they know those guys don't really check for them like that unless they're a side chick. They don't check for them to be wives. Now, have there been women who've been scrippers or, whatever, who've been able to make the transition into wifehood? Yes, but that's a very, very small group. Those women wanted that change. Those women wanted to embrace that. Look at Sierra. She went from Future to Russell Wilson. She's embraced that. Right? She's embraced being a wife and a mother. That's why she's had more children. She's settled into the routine. A lot of women ain't going to be able to do that. They can't let the streets go. And they can't let these street guys, quote unquote. They can't let those guys go. They can't let go of the married men. They can't let go of sleeping with the supervisor. They can't let go of having one night stands with men that they meet on apps and at the club. So, listen, we have to look at the red flags, gentlemen. If you think that your girl don't really like you like that, if you think there's a chance that she's screwing other men, she's breaking up with you every couple of weeks, you need to let her go because she's probably dealing with other men. And if she gets pregnant, she's going to pin that child on you because you're more responsible. She's probably not. The chick probably doesn't have her own place to stay. So I just think that this generation of women are in trouble. They're in trouble because men have adjusted and men are going elsewhere. They're not waiting for women to realize anything or to change. See, I'm not here to change anybody. I see women for who they are. I'm not here to change them. I'm not here to fix them. I'm here to speak my mind and see who listens. Because you have to understand, men are watching everything that you do. All the things you say on social media, all the things that you say at your job or wherever, men are listening now more than ever. We are listening. We are listening to what you're saying. We didn't used to listen before because we thought, she's just blowing off steam. But no, we're listening now because we recognize that a lot of you have mental issues. A lot of you are not worth the headache. And so men are just moving on, especially in the melanated community. You know, we are definitely moving on. Y'all can keep making your weird ideological videos. I call it ideological, even though it's not a word, but I think it's idiotic. You keep making your idiotic videos and live streams, but we moved on. We are moving on, and you're going to be standing behind, still trying to shame us and try to make it seem like we are the problem when we've given you all the room to do whatever it is you want to do. So go ahead, make those moves. Let's see what you can do. But all I see is failure in your future. Gentlemen, recognize the signs. I don't care how attractive a female is. If she acts very nonchalant towards you, if she seems like she's not appreciative of the things you do for her, that is not the person to be with. You're wasting your time, just like this gentleman wasted his time and his money. For what? For a female that didn't want him like that? He could have done other things. But he chose to try to be a family man. He chose to be a family man. Recognize the red flags. Stay away from these heifers who you know socially they are inept, they are immature, and they're not ready to settle down. You trying to settle down and be a family with somebody or take care of responsibilities for somebody that's their development ain't there, right? You know, this chick right here probably has another dude already ready to take his spot. I hope he sees this. And I hope he treats her the way she treated this guy, right? See, this is the type of chicks that get played. These are the type of chicks that I call it, they get that future treatment. You know, you smash them, you get them pregnant, and you dump them, you ghost them. These will be the same women online crying about where all the good men at. Where all the good men at? What you talking about? What you mean where are the good men? You keep destroying good men. You don't deserve a good man. A lot of you heifers don't deserve a good man. You don't. You deserve to be single and struggling to find one. That's where you should be at. So go and make your stupid, weird response videos and go and post up these weird posts trying to make it seem like you're intelligent, but you come off very dumb, right? Go post about your expensive dates, talking about what men should do for you financially. But what you doing for a man? All these heifers mad at men like Cam Newton. Cam Newton is just being real. He speaks for the majority of a lot of these athletes. They feel the same way, but some of these guys are dumb to try to wife you up. You know, I spoke about Von Miller. I think Von Miller is cool. I ain't got no issue with Von Miller, but Von Miller made a dumb move trying to wife up somebody that he shouldn't have been trying to wife up, man. He shouldn't have been trying to wife up. But, you see, she got the tattoos, the light skin, the big hips, the big butt. These guys don't think, man. They don't think correctly, man. Y'all got to look past that. Y'all see these chicks, man, you like, I got to have her, man. I got to wife her up. Well, other dudes have had her. They just don't wife her up. We got to see past these things, man. We can't get caught up on the looks, because that's how we lose. We take a lot of losses by looking at the looks, man. But what about what's on the inside? Who they are, what they, we got to take time to really get to know a person, right? So hopefully y'all understand that, man. This is the day and age we're in, and more people expose themselves and who they truly are. Salute to everybody that's here. That's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. I'll put the video link in the description once I'm done. I'm also putting the chat room. Y'all can go and check it out. Gentlemen, we're going to continue to wake people up. We are. Continue to do the work, so to speak. All right, people. That's it for me. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all like the stream. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All right. And make sure you subscribe to the other channels as well. You can send me topics through DM on Instagram. And you can tag me on Twitter, but not on Facebook. I don't really check my messages on Facebook. I just be getting a bunch of messages, and I just don't filter through them. So Instagram, Twitter, and my email, which is in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. I'm still putting up exclusive content there. And join the channel too. Y'all could be part of the chat elite, the members group. I usually keep the same members. Like, people will sign up and they usually stay members, which means I'm doing a heck of a job with the community that I have built there. The member community, because it's community. So, all right, people. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care. Continue to make great decisions out here. And I'll see y'all on the next one. All right.